here today interviewing this brand new up-and-coming superstar. Should I say superstar? I mean, she's done a phenomenal job, Miss Deborah Brown. And I'm honored to be interviewing you, Deborah Brown. How are you today?
Oh, wonderful.
All right, you look lovely.
Thank you.
You have to tell my husband, right? Well, let's get to the interview. We'll get ready to the interview today. Deborah, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions today. I'm really excited about you with your project and what you've been doing. I mean, you're just phenomenal. Just blowing the charts off and blessing folks all over the world. That's my first question to you is, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Yeah, I can tell you look wonderful, right? The first question I want to ask you really is how does it feel to be married to the best husband in the whole wide world?
Okay.
I'm not feeling it, right? Let's move on. Let's get to you. The question I want to ask you first, I want to ask you really, when did you first get into music and what or who really inspired you to do what you're doing?
Well, I would say I've bought from my parents. They both was a great inspiration to me, and I started singing when I was a little girl. So,
wow. Okay, you sang in choirs?
I sang in choirs, praise and worship teams, etc. Just all over the world, overseas, here in the States. So, yeah.
So you doing some stuff. Okay, yeah, so this, as far as who did you grow up listening to, and does that impact what you create today? Who did you grow up listening to that doesn't impact what you create today?
Oh yeah, I grew up listening to James Cleveland, Vanessa Bell, Clark Sisters, John P. Key, Shirley Caesar. Oh my God, the list goes on. And those great singers, pioneers, they laid the way for us new upcoming artists. So they inspired me tremendously.
Wow, I'm like amazing. Okay, how did you get your initial start in music? Your initial start as far as producing albums and singing and just really take it professional?
I would say maybe about 8 months ago. We all got it said and done. It was about 8 months ago, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So how did it happen? You guys just started, decided to just go professional and start singing? You just started?
Well, it started way back, like I said, when I was a little girl, I was raised in the church. My mom, both of my parents, they sang gospel. They sang at the Apollo, and I guess that's where I heard the gift from both of my parents. And so that's how basically it started then, way back.
Did you ever think you'd be a professional gospel singer?
Never thought I would be there.
Wow, okay. Next question is, what would be your ultimate aim in the industry now that you're singing professionally all over the world, blessing people?
I would say, taking my gift to the whole world, so to be blessed through song,
Okay.
Taking it, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you another question here. We have some major persons who've been dealing with in music who's been doing this. I'm gonna pick on one person here, Jimmy Brown out of North Carolina. Help produce, do some of the music for you and everything, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking 3 questions about Deborah Brown. Number one is, because when you work with people sometimes, it's kind of different personalities, attitudes, you got to deal with all that in music, I'm sure.
Right.
But number one, how was it like working with Jimmy Brown?
Oh wow, he was like a brother, sweet spirit, real humble, never had no problems in the studio, every time I messed up, he's like, oh, just do it again. But I love working with him, and I'm going to continue working with him.
All right, plug for Jimmy Brown there, right? Number 2, let me ask you a question. As far as the understanding what you like, right? How well was he in that? Because I know a lot of times they get you to sing a certain way, a certain thing. How well was he as far as understanding what you like and what you do and how you do it and complementing that?
Oh yeah, it was all about me. Most producers. It's all about them, but he let me be myself and sing the way I wanted to sing, and he tweaked me a little bit, and everything was great.
Wow, you guys are awesome too. You got an awesome movie coming out real soon. Will he be featured in that movie also? Some of the
Oh yes.
Okay, right. Thumbs up for Jimmy Brown there. I hope I can get in the movie too. Okay, another question is this. Who are the top 3 influencers in your life and why? Give me some. I'm talking about some gospel singers today, past, present. Give me why.
Okay, well, number one, I would say, God, of course, my family. I would say, this gospel singers like, Karen Clark, the Clark sisters. I mean, I'll be trying to sing like them, but I can't get the riffs quite. But I can make Vanessa Bell. They influenced me growing up. John P. Key, growing up listening to them, they impact my life.
Wow, okay. Well, since you talked about all those great singers and those that influence you, the songs that you're going to be singing on this new album, out of the songs, which ones are your best songs that you like the best in the whole album? You got a whole bunch of hits.
I have quite a few that I've loved, but the main one that I really love is Love Looking for Love. God has a purpose, God has a plan. And so once you find out that God has a purpose and plan for your life, you can do anything.
Okay. So what will be your second one? God has a purpose, God has a plan. I love that too, because you guys are a plan for life. What will be your second one?
Listen.
Listen? Because you're talking to your husband?
That's the title. Listen. And wow, it's amazing. Just listen to the voice, the spirit, and the word of God. It's just awesome.
Wow, I like that. So stop and listen. Okay.
Stop and listen.
So last one will be a third one that you have your favorite.
Speak to my heart, Lord. Love that.
What's so special about that one?
You asking God to speak to your heart. In the daytime that we live in today, we need to hear a word from God because there's so much. This is the beginning of sorrow. God, the word of God already stated that, and we need to hear a word with direction. We need to take because there's so much going on.
I wanna be so worthy to magnify your name. Speak to my heart, Lord. Speak to my heart.
Being the loving person that you are, right? I can say that, right? What would you want people to know about Deborah Brown? What's that thing that's kind of outside just the music, but just you the person? What do you want folks to know about you?
That I love God and I love my family, and I am a good cook. I not only can sing, but I can cook.
And guys, you got a thumbs up on that one. I love to eat, right? Okay, Deborah, you do a whole bunch with your house and cooking and cleaning and taking care of things and singing. I do a bunch of business work, right? How do you think we balance that out? God, only God, huh? Wow. We got a bunch of folks out there watching right now, a lot of fans, and we were blessed to be able to do all of our music together. I do a lot of the operation stuff. You do all the singing, you do all the traveling, everything together. How do you feel about that?
I like it. Once you love what you do.
Yeah, so it's not work, it's just fun, huh?
Yes. You get paid vacation, and you do what you love. It's good news.
Good news. Let me ask you this thing. A lot of times we're in here in the morning time, you cook a great breakfast, and we have a chance to spend all of our days, all our mornings together. You cook breakfast, I come in, I go to the email, do all the posts and all the Twitter and stuff like that. And what would you say to all your fans out there, what you want them to do as far as with the music, as far as reaching people? What would you say?
Get it out there, tell you, spread the news to your family, your loved ones, your co-workers. Just spread the news.
Spread the news, get it out there.
Just get it out, yeah.
Okay, let's talk for another one, right? Stuff. Let's get into it, right? Not really, but let's just talk about it, okay? What are some of the things as far as balance? You think a good balance with music, family, business, the whole deal? Talk about that. What do you think about that?
Good balance?
Yeah, balance. What do you think about balance?
You gotta have a balance. If you don't have a balance, you're gonna be in the court system. You're gonna be in the jail system, etc. settle. You have to have a balance. Family, God, work or business. You gotta have a balance. If you don't, something's gonna be lacking. You're gonna have more of the business, less the family. It's gotta be a balance. Yeah.
So what do you think you do so well? And you do a great job. I mean, I love it because you're able to deal with me, you can deal with all the grandkids coming over, the kids coming over and everything else, right? But then also the fans and the music and everything, and somehow you manage to smile. I'm trying to figure it out. So tell the folks today, how do you think you are able to balance this out?
Just having the peace of God, God gives me peace and understanding, and so when situations with my family or my husband, it's we don't agree or we disagree, if you have that peace of God, it'll pass all understanding.
Wow. So why'd you put a husband in there?
Hello? You part of the family.
Okay. So let me ask you, you talk about God. Talk about your relationship with God. Let the folks know how you really feel about God. You talk about God so much.
I mean, it's in Him that I live and I move and have my being. That's all it is.
That's it. That's everything.
Okay, this is Jimmy Lee Brown, the music producer for this project, also the videographer. I'm here with Dr. Jerry Brown, Pastor Jerry Brown, Bishop Jerry Brown, military man of many hats. Mr. Jerry, tell me a little bit about yourself, because the thing that's really amazing is that behind the scenes, Deborah is doing some wonderful things as far as singing, but you are the man who's writing all the lyrics. Tell us about that. How did you get inspired to write some of these beautiful songs?
Jimmy, I tell you what, you say inspired to write the songs, but believe it or not, Deborah being the singer, right, but she's also the inspiration, because if she didn't sing, I probably wouldn't be writing. It's been a long time, a heart of mine, just to have her, to see her sing. She's singing choirs. I traveled around the world in the military, 20-year retired military, part of the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault. And she really sacrificed a lot as far as her music, just being able to travel with me all over the world and kind of put it in the back burner in a sense. She sang in choirs, but professionally, because she had the children, I was a soldier, she really wasn't free to go travel and just do music. And so my desire had always been for her to sing, because when I met her, she was singing. I mean, just Lord bless her to sing so powerfully. So, long story short, I was inspired by God from our life struggles together and depending on God. And all the music that you hear is birthed out of that. Our love for God, God's deliverance for us, His covering and protection, and our desire to bless people. So the music came from there.
All right, and on to another question. The last question is, you spoke of, you gave us a snippet of, or a hint towards a movie being produced. Tell us about that.
Jimmy, the most powerful movie is based on my life. It's called The Flowers of Rose. My mother's name was Rose, and she raised 7 kids on welfare in the Bronx, New York, and my mother died on Mother's Day. I wrote on myself for my brother's birthday, and they said because of that tragic situation that we would at least like to succeed. But what they saw as our crash site, God made it our launch pad. So the movie deals with our lives, how it bloomed out from the flowers of rose. One of them is rose. A rose don't have flowers, it has petals, but God gives it the ability to have flowers. So our lives, it shows me in combat, it shows my little brother in combat, it shows other family members living through tragedy, but it shows the transition in the backdrop of everything, how God was always there. He had a purpose, he had a plan. So 6 of the songs my wife sing will be a part of the movie, starting out with Show Me Your Glory, and then Speak to My Heart, Lord, just before the breakthrough. It's your season, it's your time. And it's going to end up with the song, Love Looking for Love. God has a purpose, God has a plan. Because from the very beginning, He had a purpose and a plan. No matter what the situation was, He was in control all the time. So Jimmy, you got to see the movie. It's powerful, man.
I will, indeed.
Yeah. We have a whole bunch of fun together. The main thing about us, we are just regular people, man. We just love God with all our heart. And we have our disagreements and everything else, right? But the best thing that we found is to keep God in the middle of everything. So when when God's in the middle, it seems like we always come back together. It's amazing. You can fuss, fight, and disagree and everything else, but it works. So that's the best thing about us is we find a way to laugh at life and enjoy life. And the things we do, I believe our foundation is Jesus Christ and everything we do. We just love God with all our heart, man. And that makes a difference. So if you're a couple out there in music, whatever you're doing, love God with all your heart. It always brings you back together. Right? You love God.